Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Well, after 9 years of study, the EPA decides to clean up the Madison County Mines Superfund site. Perryville will be making needed improvements at their airport. Plus, a Lincoln exhibit marks a 150th anniversary.
One more warm day here in southeast Missouri, and then some changes are on the way. I have all the details coming up in your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and these are the stories we're working on for you this hour. After 9 years on the Environmental Protection Agency's National Priorities List, the Madison County Mines Superfund site will be cleaned up. The EPA awarded an almost $10 million contract for the project last week. Ben Washburn of the EPA tells 18 Eyewitness News that the agency has taken its time to fully investigate the contamination in Madison County.
We've been looking at the problem for a little bit of time, and we've conducted our investigations and determined the best way to go forward. And that's what the record of decision is. It's saying, we've taken our time to look at this, and we've evaluated a number of ways to go about the cleanup, and this is our decision, and this is how we'll be moving forward.
The Madison County Mines Superfund site includes several locations east and north of Fredericktown that have left at least 13 major tailings and chat deposits within the county. Washburn tells us that they'll be monitoring the cleanup while it's in progress.
We'll do an excavation of the contaminated soil and a removal of the contaminated soil, and then backfill with clean soil. But what we'll also be doing is we'll be doing sampling to make sure that that we are cleaning up to the desired levels, and that we aren't leaving levels of contamination behind that are dangerous to health or the environment. Washburn
tells us that some 800 residential properties, as well as the former mining operations, will be cleaned up over the next 2 years. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Thanks a lot, Fred. We did see a cloudy day here in southeast Missouri and a couple rain showers, but nothing too drastic. We are going to start clearing out and seeing more sunshine for tomorrow and warmer temperatures. Let's take a look at current conditions throughout southeast Missouri. They're in the 60s, 68 right now in Festus and St. Genevieve. Fredericktown the same, 69 in Piedmont and Cape Girardeau, and 70 right now in Poplar Bluff. Partly cloudy skies at 7 p.m., 67 degrees, 63 by 9, and clear skies by midnight with a temperature around 60 degrees. I'll give you more details on the warm-up for Thursday, plus major cool weather coming in. All those details coming up later in your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast.
Improvements at the Perryville Airport are expected to start this month. City Administrator Brent Burrick says the work is long overdue.
A lot of our electrical systems and lighting have been underwater through the flood of 93 and then again in 95, and they've really shown their wear way back when. We didn't have a schematic of where improvements were made. You know, we had a bad set of wires and we pulled them out and we put new ones in, but we couldn't tell you exactly where they were put.
The improvement plan will allow Perryville to completely overhaul their airport's electrical and lighting systems. Burrick tells us the best part is the city will only have to pay a small percentage of the cost.
The total project's estimated at about $1.2 million. The city of Perryville's getting off for less than 6% of that. So when any time in this environment, in this world, you're able to leverage $6 and get $94 back, it's a good investment, and it's something that was absolutely needed.
Burrick expects improvements will be done 1 week at a time because the runway will have to be closed during construction. We're familiar with the Fitness for All playground, which opened this spring in Fredericktown. Now a group in St. Genevieve would like to open a similar style baseball diamond. Jason Schott got the idea because his son plays Challenger baseball.
But everybody bats, everybody scores. We don't keep score. It's just a good group to be able to get kids with special needs and adults with special needs that don't have that opportunity together to be part of a team.
Schott says they have had a difficult time finding a field, so he began looking into getting their own field built to accommodate special needs players. But Schott says they want to make sure that the large field is big enough for others to use.
That's why we came to the community center here in St. Genevieve County and talked to them to see if they had property we could put the field on. They discussed it and offered us property. If we can get the field together, we will put the field here. And we made the field big enough that it will not, anybody can play on it except for high school baseball. It wouldn't be big enough for them.
Schott says they've just started to raise funds for the baseball diamond, which has a price tag of more than $600,000. A very special exhibit featuring our 16th president is on display at the Ozark Natural and Cultural Center in Salem. Lincoln, the Constitution, and the Civil War is on display. Faye Walmsley of the Ozark National Scenic Riverways says the exhibit's arrival commemorates an event from 150 years ago.
It's going to be on display in honor of Camp Lincoln on the Current, which was a federal camp here on the Current River in Van Buren in December of 1862.
Faye tells 18 Eyewitness News the unique exhibit focuses on 4 areas involving Lincoln, the Constitution, and the Civil War.
One's called Bound, about slavery, and about the issue of secession and the constitutionality of secession. Civil liberties is one, and then also Endures, that about Lincoln's legacy.
The exhibit is on display at the Cultural Center until November the 10th. Now, for more information, just click on this story at our website, kdkz18.com. Well, if you like bluegrass picking, when we come back, bluegrass fans can enjoy that kind of picking and grinning in Patterson this weekend. That story coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day with 90 days same as cash. Easy payment plans to fit your budget, no hassle leasing, and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customers, in Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Call 223-3200.
Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Fans of bluegrass will be in hog heaven on Saturday. That is Hog Heaven Campground in Patterson. Owner Dick Brooks is hosting a bluegrass festival with acoustic crossroads, drive time, second time around, and friends picking.
They're all real good groups. They're going to start at noon, and they'll play from noon till 5, and then at 5 o'clock we'll break for supper time, and we'll have an open mic down here during supper time. We'll have an open mic, and plus when the in-between bands are going to be an open mic too. So if anybody wants to get up there and do a little picking or a little grinning, well, that's fine too.
The evening set of bluegrass entertainment will start at 6 o'clock and go until 10. The family-styled event includes lots of activities for kids, including hay rides, and Dick adds that the money raised will go for a good purpose, too.
We thought we tried to come up with another raise to raise money for the veterans at the Veterans Home over in Cape Girardeau, and we thought this would be a good way to do it. So we're going to try this, and if it works well, we'll do this a couple times a year down here.
The Hog Heaven Campground is located at Highway 34 and County Road 312 along Clarks Creek. The North County Band Raider Regiment is holding a car show benefit this Saturday. The band is raising money to pay for their trip to Washington, D.C. in March to the 213 Memorial Day Parade. All cars, trucks, motorcycles, and tractors are invited to participate in categories such as the ugliest or the nicest. Ellen Masulit is one of the organizers, and she says the event will feature something for everybody.
If you don't have a vehicle that you want to enter, you can always open a booth. Crafters are welcome. Vendors are welcome. There's going to be games for the kids. We're hoping to have a dunking booth. And there's also going to be a great barbecue and drinks available.
The car show fundraiser starts Saturday morning at 9 and runs until 3 in the North County High School parking lot. The Dexter Community Regional Health Care Foundation will receive more than $300,000 in tax credits. Donations received for the credits will be directed to the Stoddard Families Project, enabling young parents to finish their education, maybe find a job, and better their lives for themselves and their children. Organizers say the program provides mentoring, parenting education, tuition and GED instruction, employment skills, and case management to expecting and new mothers ages 21 and under. The Missouri Department of Economic Development approved the credits under the Neighborhood Assistance Program. And still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, what children who are born deaf are teaching researchers about dyslexia. Details coming up in Your Health.
Warmer weather for one more day and then a major cool down. I have all the details coming up next in your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We saw a cloudy day here in southeast Missouri, a few pop-up showers, but nothing too drastic. We have sunshine on the way for Thursday. Let's take a look at that weather headlines for you. And as you can see, clearing out for tonight into tomorrow with plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. Showers move back in the forecast for tomorrow evening and last through Saturday. And it looks like much cooler air is going to move in after tomorrow. Currently here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. 68 right now in Festus and Potosi, Ironton 69, 69 in Piedmont, Poplar Bluff at 70 and 69 right now in Cape Girardeau. We're also at 69 degrees here at the studio with a cloudy sky, and it feels like 69 out there. Current dew point 52, humidity at 53%, and a south wind at 6 miles per hour. Going through the day tomorrow, this cold front is going to be pushing our way tomorrow afternoon, and that's going to give us the cooler weather for Friday and the weekend. So for tonight, we're going to start clearing out. Partly cloudy skies, 55 degrees for your overnight low, 54 in Festus, or excuse me, St. Genevieve rather, 52 in Festus, 54 in Ironton, as well as in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff. Then for tomorrow, high around 81 degrees, plenty of sunshine, southwest wind 10 to 15, 83 in Festus, 82 in Potosi, 83 in Ellington, Van Buren at 84, as well as in Poplar Bluff. The next several days are looking like this through southeast Missouri. On Friday, we're going to see those showers move in the forecast, 59 degrees. Look at that, much different than tomorrow. Saturday, 55 with some showers in the area. Partly sunny on Sunday, high of 53. Then back in the 60s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as the sun returns as well. Now look at our weekend forecast. Some showers on Saturday, high around 55 degrees, low of 38. It's going to be a chilly day. 53 on Sunday with partly sunny skies. That's checking your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
It's estimated as many as 40 million Americans struggle with some level of dyslexia. For them, reading, writing, and even expressing themselves clearly can be a frustrating challenge. As scientists work to figure out exactly what causes dyslexia, they're getting help from an unlikely group of kids. As Clark Powell shows us, children who were born deaf may provide valuable new insights into dyslexia.
It's so good to see you again. Have a seat.
Though he was born deaf, Carson Cicchini has made remarkable progress. As a toddler, Carson got cochlear implants, which capture sound waves around him, then feed them directly to nerves near his brain.
He could not speak, and now I have a child who reads and speaks and laughs, and he doesn't have to go to speech therapy.
It's just that kind of progress researchers were hoping to chart when they launched a study nearly a decade ago. The idea was to follow more than 100 children for years to see how cochlear implants might help them to learn. But then researchers noticed something else.
Once you begin to scratch the surface, you often find that these children have language deficits that can affect their performance in school.
In fact, the language issues these kids have are remarkably similar to dyslexia. Doctors know that kids with dyslexia have problems seeing letters in the proper order, but in a new study, Susan Nitrauer of the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says these kids may have shown that hearing plays a vital role as well.
We can really connect the dots between their perception, the kind of signal that they're getting, and the sort of language problem that results.
Nitrauer says by poring over a decade of research on these kids, scientists may be able to detect signs of dyslexia-like issues much earlier. Most kids aren't diagnosed until around 3rd grade, but in this study,
we were able to identify these emerging problems in these children at kindergarten,
which could lead to tests to predict dyslexia earlier and treat it sooner. At Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
It's hard to get precise numbers, but experts say as much as 15% of all Americans have dyslexia. That's about 1 in 6. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, are you pushing your kids to boost your own ego? Dr. Bill Meyer has some thoughts on that in today's Focus on the Family.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Interest rates are hitting record lows. Super for borrowers, but boy, does that make it tough to be a saver. Want some ways to earn more interest? They're just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
We've all heard the stories about overzealous parents who think their kids are incredibly gifted, but most kids aren't. Does that mean our kids are destined for mediocrity? Far from it, as Dr. Bill Meyer explains on today's Focus on the Family.
It's very rare that you get this child that is just a phenomenal genius or an incredible athlete. It's unusual.
Although many parents like to think they've got a budding Einstein or the next Tiger Woods at home, the truth is most of us have what we might call average kids. And pushing them beyond their natural abilities just so we can brag about their amazing accomplishments isn't healthy. But we can encourage them.
Successful people are average people that have done tremendous things with the average that's been given them. It's the ones that go the extra mile.
The Burtons feel they have 3 very successful children, interested in a wide variety of pursuits that the kids chose themselves.
My dream for them is to find out what they're really made to do and then help them to get there.
They were valued simply for who they were versus what they did. And the amazing thing was, they started coming to me with their dreams and their hopes.
A good sign that parents are getting it right is when those hopes and dreams vary according to each individual child.
Christy's just amazing with people. I mean, she can speak in a public arena and just look like she's born to be there. And Josh is the kind of guy that builds something, if it's fixed something, and he's just a very talented, physically gifted young man. And then Danny's the kind of guy that you can see the wheels turning upstairs, and he'll just come up with something that's just almost profound, and he's a tremendous musician.
Even if your children don't become a U.S. Senator, a professional athlete, or an Oscar winner, remember to encourage them to do what they love. When it's their passion, the pursuit of excellence will come naturally. And success is measured in a variety of ways.
Whatever you do, there's other people involved. And you've got to learn to care and to understand and to value other people. And if you do that, you will be successful at whatever you do.
For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Focus on the Family link. If you've got money in the bank, you know how low savings rates are. Is there any way to earn more without a lot of risk? Money expert Stacy Johnson is here with some ideas.
Nothing is more of a double-edged sword than interest rates. Today we're at historic lows, great for borrowers, but terrible for savers. Now, making more on your savings isn't easy and it's not risk-free, but it is possible. Let me count the ways. First, shopping. Online rate searches make shopping for higher savings rates a breeze. But don't stop there. Because they're nonprofit, credit unions often offer higher rates than big banks. Then there's Wall Street. While investing in stocks obviously entails risk, there are plenty of stocks that pay dividends far exceeding the measly rates on savings accounts. For example, at its recent price of $37 a share, AT&T pays 4.7%. Not enough to buy individual stocks? That's cool. You can use mutual funds and get in for as little as $25 a month. Next idea, bonds. These are just IOUs from corporations or government agencies, and just like with stocks, you can use mutual funds to buy into those. But do be careful, because if interest rates go up, bond prices can go down. An idea that's simpler to understand, peer-to-peer lending at sites like Prosper or Lending Club. You loan money out to individuals, you collect interest.
I've been doing this since 2009, and thus far I've averaged 13.26% return on my investment, and I've not had a single default.
And finally, real estate. For example, I recently bought this fix-up house. When it's finished, I'm hoping the rent will pay me about 5% on my money. And when the market rebounds, some appreciation too. Now, there's no free lunch. All these ideas require taking some degree of risk and study. And if you can't take the risk or can't put out the effort, then there's only one idea left. Wait. Sooner or later, interest rates will rise and the scale will tilt back to favoring savers. Want to get more details? Go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for investing. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
And as Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu.
And coming up in sports, the Cardinals are back into the postseason. The final matchups are set for the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament, and the Rams try to get healthy for Arizona on Thursday night. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-7095.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
The St. Louis Cardinals will defend their World Series championship after backing into the playoffs. After the Redbirds lost to Cincinnati 3-1 Tuesday night, they had to wait until 12:35 Wednesday morning before San Francisco edged out Los Angeles 4-3, eliminating the Dodgers and giving the Cardinals the second National League wildcard spot. St. Louis will play the Braves in Atlanta Friday night in a one-game playoff to continue to the divisional series. The finals for the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament are set following Tuesday's action. Twin Rivers upset top-seeded Neelyville 5-3, and in the second semifinal, Clearwater beat East Carter 5-2. So third-place game will see Neelyville and East Carter square off Thursday afternoon at 1, and Clearwater and Twin Rivers will meet for the championship at 4. You can hear both games live on our sister station, Kickin' Country 105. With their game coming up Thursday night against Arizona, the Rams have not had much time to recuperate. Running back Steven Jackson, who's still dealing with a sore groin, got some work in at Tuesday's practice. Also getting limited work were